In this video, we're covering two advanced investment strategies, the modern portfolio theory and tax loss harvesting. The modern portfolio theory, or MPT for short, developed by Harry Markowitz in the 1950s. MPT has been guiding investors for decades. It's a Nobel Prize winning framework that helps us make smarter investment decisions, balancing potential returns against the risks that we take. To start, let's look at the essence of the modern portfolio theory. It's a mathematical framework that helps investors construct portfolios that aim to maximize returns for a given level of risk. It's based on the simple but powerful idea that risk and return are linked. In practical terms, this means that instead of betting on individual stocks or trying to predict market ups and downs, the modern portfolio theory encourages us to build a well-diversified portfolio. And by doing this, we reduce our exposure to the risk that any single investment might underperform. And that's a game changer. There are a few key principles within the modern portfolio theory that we'll want to understand. So let's break these down. One core concept in the modern portfolio theory is the direct relationship between risk and return. Investments with higher potential returns often come with greater risks. The modern portfolio theory helps us understand and manage these risks by categorizing them into two types. Systematic risk, also called market risk. This is the risk tied to overall market movements, like economic downturns or interest rate changes, and it cannot be reduced by diversification. On the other hand, unsystematic risk, or diversifiable risk, is the risk unique to specific companies or industries. And the good news is that we can reduce this type of risk by diversifying. Diversification is a key tool for managing risk. When we spread investments across different asset types, sectors, and regions, we reduce the chance that a single market event could negatively impact our entire portfolio. The modern portfolio theory takes this a step further, suggesting that we choose assets with low or even negative correlations. In other words, assets that do not tend to move together. So if one asset takes a hit, another might hold steady or even rise, smoothing out your overall returns. The efficient frontier is a curve that represents the set of optimal portfolios offering the highest possible return for a given level of risk. Portfolios on this curve are considered efficient, meaning they strike the best balance between risk and return. The modern portfolio theory aims to position your portfolio on this efficient frontier, so you're not taking on any unnecessary risk for the return that you're targeting. So, why bother with the modern portfolio theory? Here's what it offers: risk reduction through diversification, optimize returns based on your risk tolerance, helping you avoid taking on more risk than what you need, a scientific approach to investing, which takes emotion out of decisions, and a more efficient portfolio management by focusing on the right asset mix rather than individual stocks. Of course, no theory is perfect. The modern portfolio theory assumes markets are efficient and investors are rational. But we know markets can be unpredictable, and investors can certainly act irrationally. There are also real-world constraints like taxes, transaction costs, and liquidity that the modern portfolio theory does not fully account for. To address these issues, newer models like the capital asset pricing model, CAPM, and arbitrage pricing theory, APT, have been developed. These models build on the modern portfolio theory by adding more layers to better reflect market realities. Ready to put the modern portfolio theory into action? Here's a simple roadmap. First, assess your risk tolerance and goals. Know what you're comfortable risking and what you hope to achieve. Then determine your optimal asset allocation based on these goals. Diversify across asset types, sectors, and geographic areas. Monitor and rebalance regularly, especially as your situation or market conditions change. And with today's tech tools, like Range, you can automate a lot of these processes. Platforms like Range use advanced algorithms to optimize portfolios, making this approach accessible to more investors than ever. So what is tax loss harvesting? It's a strategy where investors sell investments that have lost value. By selling at a loss, you harvest that loss, which then can offset taxes on other investments that have gained value. This reduces the overall tax owed, especially on short-term gains, which are taxed at a much higher rate than long-term gains. Now here's why it matters. If you have investments that have grown in value, selling those investments triggers capital gains taxes. Tax loss harvesting is a way to lower or even eliminate those capital gains taxes by balancing them out with losses. In short, it's about using losses to reduce your tax bill. So how does tax loss harvesting work? Let's go through a step-by-step process. First, it identifies investments at a loss. It goes through your portfolio to find investments that are currently worth less than what you paid for them. And these are the losses that you'll want to harvest by selling. Selling these investments locks in the loss, which creates a harvested loss that can then be used to offset your taxable gains. Remember, this harvested loss is now available as a tool to reduce your taxes. And here's where tax loss harvesting preserves your portfolio balance. After you sell the losing investment, you can buy a similar, not identical, investment to keep your portfolio's balance and exposure the same. This helps avoid the wash sale rule, which we'll cover next. When you sell an investment at a loss, the IRS has a rule called the wash sale rule. This rule says you cannot buy the exact same or a substantially identical investment within 30 days before or after the sale. If you do, the tax benefits from that harvested loss disappear. So here's how to avoid the wash sale rule. If you sell one S&P 500 ETF at a loss, for example, you can replace it with a different S&P 500 ETF from another provider. This keeps you invested in the same type of asset without buying the identical fund. So you still capture any market gains without triggering the wash sale rule. Now that you've harvested losses, here's how they save you money come tax season. You can offset capital gains. When you sell investments at a gain, those gains are taxable. If you harvested losses, you can apply those losses directly against your gains. Here's how it works. Say you have $10,000 in capital gains for the year, but also have harvested $5,000 in losses. You'd only pay taxes on the remaining $5,000 of gains, reducing your tax bill significantly. It's also essential to know that short-term gains or gains on investments held less than a year are taxed at a higher rate than long-term gains. The IRS allows you to offset short-term gains first with short-term losses, which reduces the amount taxed at higher short-term rates. Then, you can offset long-term gains with long-term losses. This maximizes the tax benefits of your harvested losses. Now, what if your harvested losses are more than your capital gains? Well, the IRS allows you to apply up to $3,000 of those losses against your regular income each year. This is especially beneficial if you don't have enough capital gains to offset. So say you're in a 37% tax bracket. Applying $3,000 of losses would save you about $1,100 in taxes on your regular income. Finally, if you have more losses than you can use in a single year, you can carry them forward to offset gains or income in future years. So let's say you harvested $10,000 in losses, but you only had $3,000 in gains this year. After applying $3,000 to reduce your income, you'd still have $4,000 left over. You can carry that forward indefinitely, giving you a bank of losses to use in future years. And that's tax loss harvesting in depth. It's a strategy that, when used wisely, can help reduce your taxes and keep your portfolio balanced. Look for a service that offers automated tax loss harvesting if you want to take advantage of this strategy, and make sure it aligns with your long-term goals. If you're interested in learning more, head over to range.com. Thanks for watching. See you next time.